G'day guys, Walk here. Welcome to a follow-up of my last video that I uploaded. I believe I creatively titled it, Walk's Not Dead. Now first of all, I'd like to apologise for my rambling in that video. I was drunk. Now please note that is not an excuse, it's just an explanation. As I said, no excuse, no forgiveness whatsoever. I enjoyed making it, don't worry, but watching it again later while I was sober is like, oh my god, what the fuck. Anyway, so in that video, I mentioned about a quantum ring down here somewhere. One of these two, I think it's that one, about a walk void. And I said, oh, I'd show you later. Well, it didn't quite happen in that video, did it? That's probably because there was nothing in there. But anyway, what I was planning to have in there is now complete. It just so happens it's a automatic nether star farm. Now, if you've watched a video I've made prior, it was a tutorial on how to make a automatic wither spawner killer in the FTB Infinity pack. In, I can't remember what version of Minecraft it is. Now, the way it worked is it was a whole heap of formation planes from Applied Energistics, which spawned the wither. They fell down because when a wither spawns and it's not aggro, it'll fall down like a chicken. It'll drop down into a Mistcraft portal, which will remove it from the spawn, like the area of spawn influence, so to speak, into a kill chamber, and the kill chamber just killed the withers like whenever it wanted to. And it generated a lot of nether stars. So when I started playing this Enigmatica2 pack, and I had enough resources to try and attempt it, I decided I wanted to put it into a RF Tools world, because if things got out of hand, I didn't want it to destroy anything important. And it turns out that the formation plane spawning thing didn't work. I didn't want to try it in the overworld because if things did get out of hand, I didn't want to have to try and clean things up and so on and so forth. Because this is a public-ish multiplayer server. So I just left it. I forgot about it. Anyway, when I uploaded the last video, one of the guys who play on the server with me, Key, he mentioned about the Ender.io powered spawner. And these things are amazing for withers, especially in this pack, or well, the version I'm playing at the moment anyway, is because one, they only require power. No items required. So that means no wither skeleton skulls and no soul sand. Just energy. And two, with the right capacitor in the spawner, they are ridiculously quick. So with those facts in hand, I'd set up a box, I tried spawning them, and it was slow. The spawner kept on complaining about not enough room to spawn things. So, onto the interwebs I went, did the old jazz hands routine on the gargler, and I came up with the one of the guys who maintained the mod said something about the spawner, the powered spawners, using the same logic as vanilla spawners. Now, vanilla spawner, there's different logic for different types of mobs for the spawner in vanilla. But the basic gist of it is that a vanilla spawner will check a 9x9 area, well, including the spawner block itself, a 9x9 area and 3 blocks high. So that's 1 block above and 1 block below. So what I ended up doing was I made the box, which is 9x9, spawner in the middle, then 4 blocks above, 4 blocks below. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the level of the spawner. Actually, I think I might be wrong here. It's still pretty freaking quick. Actually, no, I dropped it down by 1 block, that's right. Because for some reason with this tend to spawn 1 block higher than they normally do. Normally meant to. Anyway. So that this spawner will spawn the withers. They'll fall down because non-aggro wither will fall like a chicken. Fall down. This dislocator is set to the middle of that kill box, which is a 3x3x4 high on the inside. So withers go from there into here. Every 5 seconds or 100 ticks, this mob grinder from Draconic Evolution will kill all the withers in that box. It'll drop the items in the XP orbs. Items will get picked up by a ranged collector, which gets sucked out into this ender chest. XP orbs will get picked up by XP vacuum from Ender.io. It gets turned into liquid XP. Goes in a black hole tank as a buffer because this ender tank cannot push out. Ender tank on the other end can't push out the liquid XP quick enough into the obelisk. XP obelisk from Ender.io. In this transfer node, I have 64 speed upgrades. The reason why is because it drops so many items, mainly Wither Ash, that most of the conduits can't keep up. There's another mod which can do the same speed, but is less laggy. I don't really know the mod. I haven't really played with it much yet, which I'll probably figure it out later. Anyway, so why don't we try this in 10 seconds? So 9, 8, sorry headphone users, but this is going to be loud. Actually, no, stop. What's the point of showing you unless I can show you how many items it delivers? So we have 3,307 stars at the moment. So 3307. Okay. So I'm going to turn this lever on at 7 minutes, and it's going to be loud. I apologize. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now. So yeah, as you can see here, the withers, when they're not aggro, they just fall down into the portal. They go into this box here, which then they get killed. Every 5 seconds this triggers. The amount of Wither Ash is ridiculous. I'm going to need to set up some kind of storage for that, I think. As you can see here, the XP is not emptying out of this ender tank quick enough, so that's why I have this black hole tank, DHT there. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay. So it's 3307 was the amount that I had in there. 3445 minus, was it 3307? That's 138 nether stars in a minute. It seems to me I've tried this a few times over a minute beforehand, and I've had up to a maximum of 160, and I've had a minimum of 120. That's probably just due to the spawning, like the way that the spawner checks for when there's mobs and available space to spawn. I could probably do better by pulling that up by 1. I think, maybe. But anyway, that's still a respectable amount of nether stars in a minute. So what's that? 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes. I'll go from completely empty to the level limiter stopping to how many nether stars is required in the system. Anyway, guys, a quick recap is that what you see is what you get. You want to build it? That's it. So simple. The 2 primary mods, or 3 primary mods for this setup, is Ender.io for the reinforced obsidian, the spawner. That's it for Ender.io, and the conduits. I mean, you could use any block, but I was a bit paranoid when I set this up because these blocks are weatherproof. Thickened glass is actually protected by a protection wand, so don't worry about that. The other part, the second mod, is Draconic Evolution for this portal, Draconium Infused Obsidian and the Dislocator Receptacle, which you use a regular dislocator for it. And the Mob Grinder in the kill box. And the third one is actually additions to the Range Collector. So all of this stuff is fairly high tier. It's not early game stuff by any measure. I mean, this spawner consumes a fairly ridiculous amount of power, especially with the stellar capacitor in it. The Mob Grinder will try and kill the Wither when it's in there, even when it's powering up. And each time it tries to kill the Wither, it'll use a bit of power. So it's a bit of a power hog in that aspect as well. But if you're like me, you've got stable power and a lot of it, not a problem. This is a fairly endgame setup. So, yeah, if you want to use it, by all means. This is it. As I said, if what you see is what you get. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time.